Hey everyone, so I see that my first breastfeeding video is helpful to some, so I wanted to get on here and I wanted to do like a second type of breastfeeding. I don't know what you want to call this. It's not going to be a tutorial. I'm just going to talk a little bit more because there were some things that I remember that I did not say. And then, you know, because I am still breastfeeding, and my son will be 11 months old at the end of the month. So, so I'm still breastfeeding, 11 months postpartum. It's been going great. I haven't had that much of an issue with my supply. It always seems to satisfy him. He doesn't seem to be weaning himself, and I told my husband yesterday that I don't plan on weaning him when a year comes around. I mean, I'm not completely weaning him, I guess you could say, because there are some times right now where when he gets, you know, lunch, which he's been getting more table food. I'm not doing the pouches very much. I do those if we go out to eat and it's not anything that we really want him to be eating. Then he'll get a pouch. The Sprout pouches, sorry if you don't know what I'm talking about. But otherwise he's been eating dinner with us, and we don't eat crap food. Like we always have. I mean, it's not super, you know, like extremely healthy, but it's either some kind of chicken. We eat hot dogs, but I don't really give him hot dogs. Maybe if they were turkey hot dogs, I might give them to him. But I just know how bad hot dogs are for adults, let alone a baby. But he eats chicken. He will eat turkey, like deli meat turkey, but I heat that up just to be safe. He had steak the other day. My husband got a steak sandwich out at a restaurant, and he ate that. What else? He's eating ground beef. He likes that. Let me see. Is there anything? Pork chops. He's had pork chops. So, I mean, he pretty much eats everything that we eat. So, when he eats that kind of stuff, and when I cook him or make him lunch for the day, because he usually would breastfeed at 1:30. So if we're eating lunch around that time, I won't breastfeed him then. So I guess it is kind of a weaning process, I guess you would call that, but I'm not fully weaning. I'm not ready to. I don't think it's time. I don't know if I'll feel ready to. I don't know how that goes. I don't have any experience with that, so I don't know about that. But I know myself personally, I just don't feel comfortable. Well, not comfortable. I just don't feel like it's time for me to wean him yet, because he's my baby. You know, I wanna breastfeed him as long as possible. Not to the extreme some people do. I mean, not to offend anybody, but I don't plan on going past. Not much past a year, I guess. Not past like a year and a half. If you do, you know, more power to you. That's awesome. I know how great breastfeeding is. But I just feel like a year and a half would be the latest that I would, you know, go. So yeah, I never had really an issue with my supply. The only time I've noticed a dip in my supply is first off, if you don't drink enough water, you're gonna notice your supply pretty low. So you've got to drink a lot of water. I have one of those Tervis cups, and it's 24 ounces. And I fill that up probably, I don't know, four or so times a day. And so, you know, I'm getting enough water. I probably could drink more, and I would probably notice more of supply, an increase in my supply. And then, so drink water. That is number one. Drink. So yeah, if I don't drink enough water, I notice a dip in my supply. my husband and I had a stomach bug back in the end of January, and I noticed I had a tank, a little bit of a lowering of my supply. It wasn't terrible, actually, which I thought it was going to be because I could not drink anything. So those two things, and then if you've gotten your period back from having your baby, anytime your period hits, you're going to have a little bit of a difference, a lowering in your supply. But those are the only three things that I have ever, noticed a complete difference in my supply. I don't want to jinx myself, but he has been sleeping completely through the night for about 3 weeks now. There's been 2 times that he's woken up, and I haven't gone in there to get him. I haven't gone in there to feed him or anything like that, and he goes right back to sleep within like 5 minutes. But so I drink a decent amount of water right before bed, and I noticed that 7 or so in the morning when I go to feed him, my breasts are engorged. So obviously drinking all that water is making making it where I have a lot of breast milk in the morning, which is fine. So yeah, I know I missed a couple things on my last video, so I just wanted to touch on a little bit more. Like I said, you've got to make sure you're drinking a decent amount of water, and whatever you feel comfortable with breastfeeding until that's your choice. My son has had his 2 bottom teeth since 4 months, and then he has 4 up top, and then now he's going to have 8 teeth altogether. He has the 4 pretty much on the bottom and the 4 up top. And I've noticed if you're having issues with them biting, which I notice it more when they're first starting to like bust through, or they're right underneath the gum, is when he wants to try to bite more. And what I do is I say ouch, I pull him off for a second, I tell him that hurts, I do stuff like that. But if he continues to do it, I cut him off on that one and I switch him to the other side, and usually that like takes his mind off of it. So he's never bit hard, hard enough to break the skin or anything like that, and I really hope he does not do that. So I know I've heard some women, say that once their teeth start coming in, you need to stop breastfeeding because you're going to keep getting bit and everything like that. And no, that's not the case. He has only bit me, out of the past 3 weeks, maybe once, twice at the most. And it's not really a bite. It's just more of like, I don't know. It's not a bite, but it hurts a little bit, but it's not terrible. But like I said, if you say ouch loud enough, tell them that's not nice to bite mommy, stuff like that, they're going to understand. They're going to know not to bite, stuff like that. So if you have that going on, do not feel like you need to stop because they're biting. It's just them going through like a little phase while that tooth is starting to erupt. So yeah, don't give up. That's my main thing with both of these breastfeeding videos now, is just keep going. Don't give up. Just stay positive. Know that it is for the best for your baby and yourself. And they'll let you know when they're done, when they want to wean and everything like that, and then you'll know. If you've given it all you've got and you feel it's time for you to stop, then you wean, and either you start them on formula, or you go, if you're close enough to a year, I guess, then you can start with cow's milk. Our pediatrician told us to not do cow's milk, pure cow's milk, until he's a year old. Some people that I know have already started introducing cow's milk. And I honestly don't know why it's so bad. to even start it, you know, say at 11 months or whatnot. I don't know the whole story about cow's milk, but I'll just go off what the pediatrician says, and I'll wait until he's a year. I mean, because I'm not, like I said, I'm not having issues with my supply. So there's no point, excuse me, there's no point in me giving him any cow's milk. He gets it in, you know, his food that he eats with us. He'll get, you know, a little bit of cow's milk and cheese, and when I make it in, like, say, some, you know, something else that we're having for dinner or whatnot. And that's what the pediatrician said, is if he's getting it in foods, it's not that bad. But if he's getting it straight, then he needs to wait until he's a year. So yeah. What else can I talk about? If this is your first child and you had, I guess, perkier breast before you got pregnant and everything like that, and then now towards the end, you'll probably know the feeling what I'm talking about. Your breasts feel like squishier. I don't know if that is the right word. Mine feel completely different than what they did before. And I know I've read that before, that I've read that your breasts will change, you know, the look, you know, the feel and everything like that. And I honestly didn't expect it to happen with the first. I figured it would happen with, you know, the second and third and whatnot. But they do get a little saggier already. And so just don't be alarmed. You know, it all happens. And, you know, whenever you're done having babies and whatnot, if you have the extra money, you know, get a breast lift or whatever. But, I mean, it doesn't really bother me. I can just wear a more supportive bra. I don't think there's anything else I need to really talk about. Like I said in my last video, just stay positive, stay strong, just keep going. It'll all work out as long as you just don't stress yourself out. Just put a smile on your face and know that it's what's best for the baby and for yourself. If you guys have any more questions, or if you have, well, not anymore, but if you have any questions or any, you know, advice for me or anything like that, feel free to leave it in the comments below. And I hope you guys enjoyed this little second video, you know, a prequel, no, not prequel, that's before, sequel to my first breastfeeding video. And yeah, if you have any comments, anything, leave that below. Thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye!